If you've ever felt guilty for not training every day, this video is about to ruin that guilt completely. Picture two guys at the same gym. One's in there 6 days a week, no excuses, no days off, plastered across his Instagram like a personality trait. The other shows up 3 times a week, runs through 5 exercises, takes his time, and somehow keeps getting leaner and stronger every single month. Same gym, same goals, completely different results. Here's the part that messes with people. The guy who looks like he's barely trying isn't lazy. He's just figured out which 20% of the work actually moves the needle and quietly stopped doing the other 80%. That's not laziness. That's someone who read the manual while everyone else kept hitting buttons. Let's go through exactly what he's doing instead, because by the end of this, you might feel guilty for training too much. First up, frequency. Train each muscle 2 to 3 times a week. That's it. Enough stimulus to grow, enough recovery to actually grow from it. Here's the part most people get wrong. Your muscles don't care if you hit 12 sets in one brutal session or spread them across 3 relaxed ones. 12 sets is 12 sets, same as $12 is $12, whether it's a 10 and 2 ones or 12 crumpled singles from the bottom of a gym bag. The guy training chest every day thinks he's stacking progress, but really he's just rereading the same chapter hoping the ending changes. Training daily with zero recovery plan isn't dedication, it's just a slower route to the couch. Fun fact, studies on training frequency consistently show 2 to 3 sessions per muscle per week, beating daily training for actual growth, which means the guy skipping Tuesday might be outgaining the guy who never skips anything. Next, compound movements. This is where the lazy genius really earns the title. Pull-ups hit your lats, biceps, forearms, and core in one shot. Dips take out your chest, triceps, and shoulders. Squats are basically a full-body group chat. Quads, glutes, hamstrings, and core all getting pinged at once. One exercise, multiple muscles, zero wasted motion. Research shows compound-heavy programs build just as much muscle as programs loaded with extra isolation work. Minus the extra 20 minutes spent doing cable curls while waiting for someone to finish on the squat rack. 4 to 6 core movements, that's the whole list. Pull-ups, push-ups, dips, squats, rows. Pro tip, pick 1 or 2 variations that match where you're at, get stronger, then upgrade. Don't chase 15 variations because some guy on YouTube made the reverse Nordic curl look like a spiritual awakening. 5 exercises and a plan beats 20 exercises and no memory of what you did last Tuesday. Now here's the one that makes him look like he's not even working out. Rest 3 to 5 minutes between sets. You've seen the other type at the park, sprinting between movements, breathing like he just outran a dog, sweat patches forming their own weather system. Meanwhile, our guy is just standing there, scrolling his phone, looking suspiciously well-rested. But that laziness is doing the heavy lifting, literally. Longer rest means more recovery, which means more weight on the bar next set, which means more muscle over time. Benefits of resting properly? Heavier lifts, better form, fewer injuries, risk of rushing it. You're just tired, not stronger, and tired has never built a single muscle fiber in the history of gyms. And this next one is the part almost everyone gets backwards, so stick with me. Volume. 10 to 20 sets per muscle group per week. That's the target. Most people blow way past this without noticing, stacking 5 sets of pull-ups, 5 sets of chin-ups, 3 sets of rows, 2 or 3 times a week, suddenly landing at 30-plus sets for back alone. That's not extra progress, that's diminishing returns wearing a cape and demanding overtime pay. Stay in that range, and you get steady growth, manageable fatigue, and a plan you can run for years. Blow past it, and you get burnout, cranky joints, and a body that treats every workout like a hostage situation. Then there's cardio, and this is where it gets almost insulting. While one guy is doing sprint intervals and burpees like he's training for a prison escape, our guy is just out walking, getting his steps in, never once looking like he regrets being alive. HIIT isn't actually better for fat loss than moderate cardio. It just looks more dramatic on camera. High-intensity training cranks up stress hormones and tends to leave people hungrier afterward, quietly canceling out the extra calories burned, like winning $10 and paying $12 in fees to collect it. Walking at a pace where you can talk, but not belt out your favorite song, can swing your weekly calorie burn by thousands, with zero recovery cost. Fun fact, that adds up to roughly an extra workout a week, minus the soreness, the playlist, and the mirror selfie. And finally, the part everyone conveniently forgets: sleep 7 to 8 hours. People track macros down to the gram, time their pre-workout to the minute, then go to bed at 1 a.m. wondering why progress has stalled. Here's the truth: your muscles don't grow during the workout, they grow while you're completely out cold. Skimp on sleep and your body shifts into damage control: less muscle, more stress, lower testosterone. Fun fact: even one rough night of sleep can measurably dent your strength and recovery the next day, so that midnight scroll session might be sabotaging your gains harder than skipping a workout ever would. Pro tip: keep your room dark, cool, and boring enough that your brain has nothing left to do but power down, because your phone at 1 a.m. is basically sending your gains a breakup text. So which approach actually takes more discipline? Training 6 days a week, hating your diet, doing cardio that wrecks you, and adding more the second results slow down until you burn out in 3 months? Or training 3 days a week for years, eating simply, walking daily, doing 10 to 20 sets, and stopping even when your ego is begging for more? Most people pick the first one because it feels harder in the moment, but sticking with the second one, ignoring the noise, and trusting a plan that looks too easy while everyone else grinds themselves into the ground, that's the real discipline. If this just gave you permission to train less, drop a comment with the one thing on this list you're cutting first, and let's see who's brave enough to actually do less and grow more.